Alright, good morning and welcome to my very messy home today. I thought that we could clean together today and organize because my house is an absolute wreck and I need to do some laundry folding. I need to clean and organize the kitchen and I wanted to make some food today, so I just have a lot of stuff to do and I was gonna clean it all up and then make a fun video, and I thought, why not clean it up on video, because that's just what it is. Sometimes my house gets really messy and I'm learning better ways to keep it clean on a regular basis. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and make my second cup of coffee. My first cup of coffee was decaf, and my second cup of coffee is going to be half decaf, half caffeinated, because I'm feeling so tired and sluggish today. And sometimes just a little bit of caffeine helps me, but I can't have too much because it will make my chest feel like it's going to explode. So please join me in making my house beautiful and cozy and lovely.
Everybody has their job, 9 to 5, and getting drained. They settle for second best, scared to risk what the future might bring. What the future might bring. I hold my breath, waiting for someone to knock at my door, telling me there is more waiting for me. Whoa.
Here's my outfit that I worked out in this morning. Typically I would go ahead and shower right after I work out, but I'm not doing that today. Ta-da! Alright, this is what I'm wearing to clean the house today. I've got really old, super stained white sneakers that I now use as house cleaning shoes, thick leggings, and a sweatshirt and hat.
If I love you harder than I've ever done before, oh, maybe I belong somewhere above the water. My lungs are tired from running for a long time. I think
Alright, so I'm really lucky because I got to chat on the phone with a good friend of mine this morning, and she has been wanting to talk all about homemaking, which I love. I just love being able to have friends to talk about that stuff with, but we took a moment to pray, so we kind of just stopped and prayed for a minute, and then we talked about all the things that we want to get better at. We talked about laundry and dishes and keeping up with tasks. We've recently tried this new system called I think it's called the She Method, and we are just wanting to get a little bit better at it, and it's really, really difficult to do so. So we are talking through how we are able to get through our tasks for the week. So the She system, we learned this from the Homemaker Chic podcast, but basically it just goes over daily tasks, weekly tasks, and then like monthly or annual tasks. And you write them all down on little index cards, and then you sort through them on a daily basis, and you either, do them or skip them, and it helps you just see what you're actually accomplishing in your home and what you're not accomplishing in your home. And it is super helpful to see all of the different tasks that you have to do and that you have to get done. Honestly, it just woke me up to the fact that I need to be doing stuff every single day. Like sometimes I just wake up and I don't want to clean my house. I don't want to fold my laundry. I don't want to do anything. Like some days I just don't want to do anything. And this really opened my eyes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really do need to be doing stuff every single day. And it doesn't have to be for hours and hours every single day. It can just be, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and then by the end of the week, you've kept up on your house and you don't have to do a huge cleaning day on Sunday. So I'm still learning how to do this. It honestly is really difficult for me. I'm used to having like a big cleaning day every week, and I really want to spread things out and clean little by little over the week. So we'll see how it goes. But anyways, here I am just seasoning my pans with some lard. We have been using lard and we love it. My sister-in-law gave me a bunch of lard, and it's perfect for seasoning the pans. It's perfect for cooking with. It's perfect for frying things in, and it's delicious. Some people don't really love the taste of it, but honestly, here in my house, we really, really do love it. Also, I have been trying to figure out how to clean my sink and make it look super, super shiny. I usually do baking soda with lemon juice, which you'll see me do here in this video. But I actually, after I did the baking soda and lemon juice, I did Barkeeper's Friend in my sink, which I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that. But anyways, I tried it and it was truly incredible. My sink has never looked so shiny, so gorgeous, so beautiful. I used their powdered version of Barkeeper's Friend, and then I just let it sit for a little bit, and then I got an old sponge and a little bit of water and just scrubbed the sink. And it took off stuff that I thought was just like old stains, honestly, it was like brown stains in the sink itself. I was amazed. Like, it just looks so, so beautiful and clean, and I'm going to do it every single week. So, maybe read the label first if you're supposed to put it in your sink or not. But I washed it out really well, and I thought it worked amazingly. So, I would highly recommend it for scrubbing those areas that you feel like have just caked on stuff that you just can't get off, because truly, it was incredible. Okay, so here I learned something incredible about the microwave. You can put water, baking soda, and a little bit of like lemon and vinegar if you have some in a bowl in the microwave, and you put it in there I think I put it in for 4 minutes total. And it just kind of like steams everything out onto the microwave, and then you just wipe it down and clean it. And oh my gosh, again, beautiful, perfectly clean, absolutely loved it. So today I'm actually going to be mixing together some starter, not because I'm going to bake anything. Initially I had hopes and dreams of baking some more bread or something, but anyways, I decided when I felt too lazy to make anything that I would just use the starter for pancakes this week. I really, really like using my starter for pancakes because it's already broken down. The flour, the gluten in the flour has broken down. It's long fermented. It's super easy for your body to digest. And einkorn flour has a much higher protein percentage in it in comparison to other flours. So I just feel like if I'm going to be consuming wheat, I love doing it this way. So basically what I'll do is I'll pour some of the starter out into a bowl, and I don't even measure it, but I just add, some starter, and then I'll do an egg, a little bit of baking powder, a little bit of salt, a little bit of vanilla, and then I'll do some olive oil in there actually. And then I'll just mix it all up. I'll whisk it for a second. You can put a little bit of maple syrup in there, but I don't think that's necessary when you're adding maple syrup on top afterwards. But you whisk that all up, and then you cook it like pancakes, and it makes for the lightest, fluffiest, most delicious pancakes you've ever had. Like my husband absolutely loves these, and the einkorn flour has this unique, nutty, delicious flavor that other flours just don't have. So, honestly, it's such a good breakfast. I really need to make a video on these pancakes because they are just the best, and they were inspired by Farmhouse on Boone. She will do her pancakes a little bit differently, but I've just kind of modified mine so that I don't have to measure it, and so I'm not adding any sugar to the batter itself. And then I will add like frozen fruit into the batter. So we typically will do like blueberry pancakes, but sometimes I'll even like add a little bit of peanut butter to the batter and then do chocolate chips in it if I'm wanting something a little more sweet, a little sweet treat there. So that's really good, and it makes for an easy breakfast. And you don't really have to bake anything, but you still get the benefits of sourdough and the starter, and you could even use that for a discard recipe. It's really, really good. So something else I decided to do today was go ahead and pick a bunch of wildflowers and weeds from outside in my garden because, listen, I am just wanting my house to look really beautiful today. Like, I just want people to walk in and just feel like, wow, this is so nice and clean, and I just feel so at home, and it's so beautiful. And yeah, I don't know. I don't do this every single day. I know some people always have their house looking perfect, and I'm gonna be honest here, mine doesn't. Especially when it's gardening season and it gets busy outside, or I'm just busy. I'm also a photographer, so when I'm busy shooting a lot of weddings in the summer, like, I just can't keep my house looking perfect all the time. I don't know who can. So anyways, I try to just like take it day by day, and if I can add a few extra things to make the house feel really pretty, I will, and that's typically always like fresh cut flowers. I don't buy a ton of flowers because we have so many in our yard, so I just will go outside and cut down flowers and weeds and like put them in a jar, and it just makes the house feel so beautiful. And this year, I am actually growing so many different flowers in my garden, so I'm hoping I'll be able to have a little cut flower garden at the end of the summer, or middle of the summer. I planted some white cosmos, some light pink cosmos. I planted a bunch of nasturtiums. I planted a bunch of calendula and borage, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it for flowers, but I'm mostly excited for the cosmos because cosmos are so romantic, so beautiful, so fun. They're just a really whimsical, gorgeous flower. And if you've never planted flowers before, you should do it with me this year because I've never grown flowers or planted flowers ever. Well, that's not true. I've planted pre-started flowers, but I've never sown flower seeds before. And I think it's going to be really pretty, and I'm actually so excited for it. So you should go out and get yourself a pack of flowers that grow really easy, that you can just self-seed, something that doesn't need to be planted in the spring. I would avoid something like poppies and instead look for a quick growing flower that does great all throughout the growing season. I want to say calendula is pretty easy to grow. Cosmos are pretty easy to grow. So if you want to try one of those, that would be great. And you can join me, and then we can talk about how our flowers went this year. All right, so I'm getting some things ready for dinner tonight. My nephew is unexpectedly coming over for dinner, which is so much fun. So I am thawing some meat out, which I just put in some hot water for just a little bit. Maybe don't do what I do. I know people say a lot of different things about putting meat in water, but we do it for a short period of time in hot water, and it works really well. So you do what you want, but that's what I do. And then I'm just finishing up cleaning the house, kind of organizing things. I keep a bunch of herbs and dried items right here, so they need to be wiped off because my flour is right above it and it always spills all over the jars and all over and under on the floor. So have to just wipe it up to keep it nice and clean, or else it gets really gross. And we have ants in the house, and I don't want ants going all over my food. And my amazing sister-in-law brought me over some rhubarb, and so my nephew and I decided to make a strawberry rhubarb crisp, and it was so delicious. For the topping, we used coconut oil instead of butter, but it's just some coconut oil, oats, flour, sugar, on top of rhubarb and strawberries with some sugar on that. So easy to make. I don't follow a recipe for this because I've made it so many times. And then we did some grilled pizzas, which my nephew was so excited about. And then very last minute, we also decided to make some homemade Oreo ice cream. I mean, come on, how can you not? It was just amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had so much fun cleaning the house with you, and I will see you next time.